Hang on. Let me just sort this shit out. Are we there?
I think so.
Can anyone let me know if you can hear? Just, I've had some serious technical issues. Oh, finally. Absolutely. Thank you, XT. Much appreciated. Oh, guys, I am so sorry. We've just missed so much racing. I hope we tried to get some of the action. Maz, I do apologise. We got there in the end. I have no idea what was going on. It would not load. It just would not load the screens. So we are going to have some racing. So finally, all is saved. Give me a bit of a catch up. What's been going on? Because I'm lost. I've been trying to sort this crap out. Yeah, definitely. The weather has been an absolute, bit of a joke at the moment with the rain and that. But it does look like we're all on the intermediates now. I'm just getting some stats up. We've got 4 minutes to go of Q2, so we are going to get a bit of Q2, and we are going to get Q3 as well. But controlling takes pole position at the moment with a 1:23.707. Zombie in P2 with a 21:23.734. And then we've got Ryan Adair with a 23.746. Now, you're on the Ferrari team. What's the pressure like at the moment? Like, is it a pressure cooker? 11 points adrift of lamb and toast. How do you feel that the TP himself is feeling going into this race this weekend? Yeah, definitely it is. 100%. Very, very important indeed. And let's jump on a flying lap with someone. Must we do want to jump on board? We've got Kaz controlling, Sick Party, Zax, or Angus. Well, alright, no worries. He's about to come round into the final corner. And Muzz, over to you, mate. having some audio issues there, Muzz, so I'm going to let you take it on board with someone else into Q3 because I don't think we got the audio there, unfortunately. Do we have audio now? We're having some serious issues tonight, guys. I do apologise about the issues. Do we have it? No, we can hear you, SJ. Yo, go turn off the Discord. Well, I can't turn off the Discord, mate. That's how I run it, Naya. Right, there we go. We're sorted. We hopefully are sorted. Sorry, Muzz. Do apologise. Can you hear Muzz now?
Testing.
Yep. Nope. Why can you not? Yes, you can. Okay, cool. Yep, we can hear you, bro. That's all good. Alright, we're going to get this sorted if we like it or not. We got Kaz in pole with a 1:23.413 at the moment. Looks like he is just about to finish off his lap. He's absolutely treacherous out there. And these conditions are definitely going to spice things up. He must, obviously, with those intermediates, it's basically a 50-50, isn't it, on all drivers who's going to make it through and who's not going to make it through. And yeah, at the moment we'll have to wait and see, as we've got controlling in P3 who basically is just, I think, about finished. Nearly goes into the wall there. Kaz has gone faster with a 23.309. Toast in P2 with a 23.544. Controlling is on a lap. It looks like it will be going again. What about Zombie? Zombie's on a lap. He's up on his time. Ryder Deer is retired. He's happy with the 23.746. Angus is a 24.524. So no one's in the 23s at the moment. Angus is coming around into the final corner. What's it going to be? He's going to cross the line. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. Well, he does a little bit, but doesn't go any higher. Suts is invalidated. Zach User is about to cross the line. Is he going to be able to go through? He's in P10 at the moment. He's in the drop-off zone. Ricardo is in the green at the moment. He's got purple sectors in P11. Could he drop Zach User out of Q2? Symphonic is out of Q2. Slushy looks like he could be out as well. Have a look. Zach User coming around into the final corner. And it looks like Zach User in P11. Suts is in P10. Ricardo goes into P10 now. And what we got here, Slushy, we see what Slushy can do. He's 5.5 temps up. So are we going to see Slushy do anything and try and get into the top 10? No. He stays P15. And Zombie goes pole with a 23 flat. So a bit of a changes there. But we've lost Suts, Zax, Symphonic, Aben, and Slushy. What's your thoughts to that, Maz?
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers getting involved, getting up there. Could see slightly different grid than we normally see, which would definitely spice things up, especially for the championship as well. And being so hard to overtake around here, getting qualifying is going to be the most important thing. And for those two championship rivals, they're 3 and 5. In Q2, so we'll see what happens in Q3, where it all matters.
Yeah, definitely. Going through into Q3, Zombie, Kaz, Toast, Controlling, Lamb, Angus, Gangster, Sick Buddy, Winter, and Ricardo. Suts, Zach User, Symphonic, Aben, and I think Slushy are out. Feel free, guys. I forgot to put your message in. If you want to jump in and have a chat with us for an interview, let us know. Still raining in quali. It looks like it's going to be a whole wet qualifying session here. The race is going to be very interesting to see how that's going to go, Muzz, when we restart the lobby and get underway. But predictions. What's your thoughts? Who's going to take pole position here?
Well, I don't want to be biased, but I'm still going to say Lamb, because I think he is good under pressure when the pressure comes to him. I think he's pretty good at delivering. So I'm going to go with my team principal for that one. But realistically, there's probably 4 or 5 guys that could take it.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. I've just got the guys who has been eliminated. Feel free to join the comms box if you've been eliminated and not in Q3. Would like to hear what you've got to say. We've got Gangster and Angus, Toast, Winter, Zombie, Lamb, Kazuto, Control, and Ricardo and Sick Buddy. Going into Q3, Muzz has got the predictions on Lamb to take pole position here going into the race. Remember, we will have a restart, so whoever can get a screenshot of the grid order when we get underway would be absolutely fantastic, so we can then get that sorted. But yeah, we've got quite a few guys on outlets, and I'm going to jump on board with you to jump on board with Lamb for a flyer when he gets underway. But yeah, what do you think's going to happen in the race? Like the two stop. How do you think that's going to go down for these guys?
Yeah, well, it just depends on the conditions, really. Because if it's wet, probably not ideal. Because these tires, you'll be easily just to make one stop, but obviously you have to make those two stops. So it'll be interesting to see because you'll be able to push pretty hard on the tires if it is going to be wet. But if it's not going to be wet, then there's a few different strategies you could go with, and the numerous sets of tires that you have. And tire wear is pretty good around here. It's not too hard to hold on to tires for long periods of time. So could see anything happen. Maybe a bit of what happened in real life. Hold people up so that the teammate can make a pit stop. Hopefully you don't see that because that was quite boring. But we won't know until we get to the race.
And I will let you take this on one away as Lamb is just about to go around to the corner now and start his lap. So over to you, Muzz.
Right, here we go with the Ferrari TP Ryanair or Lamb, whichever one you want to call it. Pretty neat and tidy through turn one. Now through the lefts and rights, the kinks, through the braking zone and in through the corner. A little bit slidey on the front, even not even on the rear. Then lost the rear there on the exit. So having a bit of problems, but nothing out of the ordinary for the wet. I think he's gone purple in sector one. So, but not many people would have set a sector one so far. So see what times the other drivers do as well as him. My current prediction for the pole position, as this is where it all matters in Q3. Through the tunnel now, not going to be wet through here. So just out of the tunnel now, keep it nice and tidy under braking. He's done pretty good with the rotation. He's held onto the lap, no invalidating there. Can be quite easy to invalidate there, just getting a little bit eager on the turn in. Through his swimming pool now, keep it nice and tidy. It's looking like a pretty tidy lap from him so far. He's kept onto the lap now into Raskas. He might get a bit of a tow from the McLaren down the pit straight as well, so this could be a pretty good time. 23.0 is the current benchmark from Zombie just set. What's it going to be for Lamb? 23.1, so just marginally down on the Zombie's time.
Okay, well, let's have a look to see how that's going to go, because obviously we are seeing a little bit of an improvement at the moment. Not much difference between the two of them with Zombie and Lamb. As Zombie has left the session, if we could get him back in, that would be fantabby-dozy. We've got Kaz in P3. What about Toast? Toast is on the lap as well. Let's see there. He's had a little bit of a wobble there coming through the tunnel and coming into Sector 2 now. Gets around about 48%. Oh, has to cut the corner. He's invalidated there, and that's not what Toast wants. Down there in P5 now. What about Winter? Winter is in P6. Let's have a look at his time. He's done a 24.339 at the moment. Looks like he is on the lap or not on the lap. Let's have a look. We'll look in Sector 2 if there's an improvement. If there's not, then that means he's not on the lap. Let's have a look here coming into Sector 2. It doesn't look like he is. It looks like he's saving that ERS. Who else is on the lap at the moment? We've got Zombie that's just joined back. Angus is coming around into Ruskas into the final corner. And one more corner to go. What's it going to be for Angus? He's in P8 at the moment. Are we going to see an improvement from the McLaren driver himself? Look, let's have a look. He crosses the line. 124, 142. Pushes himself up to P5 there. So good job from Angus. Big improvement there. We've then got Winter, who is going to go again. I'm going to take it on board of lap with Winter, and let's have a look. Here we go. So coming down into turn number 1 into 7th gear, hasn't get onto the brakes, gets onto the curb, then gets onto the acceleration coming up the hill. We saw a big accident here in the F1 last season between Perez, or maybe a couple of seasons before now, I can't remember, so long ago, that caused a big red flag. But this is looking good so far, keeping it nice and clean within track limits as well. Not really an issue here of track limits at Monaco. You just basically need to try and use as much as you can and drive on the edge. Niall Stewart would be able to tell you that, because he is absolutely rapid at this track, as we saw last night. But here we go, Winter coming round, just about to start into the tunnel. He's going to get that dry area there, then he's going to come outside, then he's going to get back on to a wet track, coming down into sector 2. Looking good so far, keeping it within track limits through the tunnel section. Now coming into swimming pool, he's going to have to ease off, because you cannot really go flat out here, especially in wet conditions. He's really riding the walls there a little bit. Oh, a little bit out of sorts there, gets onto the curb. Good, looking good so far, not much ERS left, coming down into Raskas. Into one more corner to go for Winter in the Mercedes. What can he do? He's in P7 at the moment. It's a 19, it's a 21, it's a 22, 23. Pitches himself up into P4. And now we've got Ryan Adair, who is 22.815. That's a phenomenal lap by your TP there, Max.
Yeah, and that has made it a checkerboard of Ferraris and Mercedes on the front 2 rows. So could get interesting. Have seen, obviously in real life, the Ferraris and Mercedes have come together quite a few times. Hopefully we don't see that today, and such a hard to overtake track. But yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for as a Ferrari driver myself. But not the best start to quali for Toast when it matters in Q and Q3, down to P7 behind Kaz and Angus as well. So he's going to need to improve by almost a second just to get anywhere near Lamb here. So we're going to need to see quite a lap from Post here as we get closer and closer to the end of qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. He's put himself in P7 at the moment. That might be a little bit of a worry. He's 10th up on his time at the moment, so he will overtake Angus for that P6 spot. But let's see if we are going to see an improvement from him, because he's got 3 minutes to go, and these guys have really tested it. He doesn't have much on the ERS there as well, so we may see Toast go again, which will be very interesting. But he's really struggling coming out of that last corner, going into the entrance of the tunnel. You can see he's really using a little bit of grip there. But coming through into Sector 2, it looks like he could be on a lap. I'm not sure. He could have another fuel going again, but he's only got 67% ERS, so it looks like he's saving it, then he's burning it. So I'm not sure what's going on here. We'll have to wait and see. He does smack into the wall, though. 3.5 temps up, though. So he does look like he is on a lap. It looks like he's got some serious pace here, and he's probably not using the ERS probably to his advantage. But it's come around again. Let's see if he just eases off at the moment. He's going to cross the line. What's it going to be here? He's not going to be in the 22s. He's going to be in the 23s. Puts himself into P4, so he'll still be happy with that, Buzz. But the 2 Ferraris at the moment are in the driving seat of this qualifying session.
Yep, that's great. And more importantly, it's Lamb's championship rival. Zombie tops him a 122.6. What a lap from Zombie there, as the track must be getting better, must be getting drier, must be getting quicker. But still, he lands there in P2. He's got a whole row between himself and Toast in P4 is on the second row. And more importantly, his teammate is right there as well. So yeah, maybe we'll see a situation in the race where Lamb's going to have to tell control and just to maybe hold up Toast behind, so that Toast doesn't come and overtake either of them. So, and it's a great position to have your teammate there right with you, right behind you, and a track like this where it's hard to overtake anyway, having someone as their goal to not let you past is going to be a very tall task. But he's on a lap here again, Toast, so we'll see where he puts him this time.
Yeah, let's have a look. He is flying, though. He's 5.5 temps up in the last sector, coming around into the last corner. Could we see a pole position here from him? Let's have a look. It will be close. It looks like it could be a 22.9. We'll have to have a look. No, it looks like he's going to go again. Yeah, it is a 22.9, sorry. So he's in the 22s. Now he's going to go again, but I don't think he's got enough ERS. And here, Zombie's on a lap as well. He's invalidated, so he's going to go again. So I'm going to let you take it on board with Zombie just to see if he's going to stay pole position. So over to you again, Buzz.
All right, here we go. We'll see what Lamb can do. He's just about to finish his lap as well, so we'll see if he can go about halfway through this lap, or even a third of the way through. But here comes Zombie up the hill now, towards the tricky corners. He's might be lagging there a little bit, or just hit the wall. Maybe a little bit of both. But Lamb has gone pole, so now's a new benchmark for Zombie to try and reach. He's down through sector 1, so not where he wants to be right now. So, but we'll see if he can find any more time, because there's a lot of time that you can find in sector 3, especially, and through sector 2 as well. There's a lot of heavy braking zones, a lot of corners where the turn in can make you a tenth or lose your tenth depending on where you turn in. But here he comes through the tunnel using ERS on the brakes now, through for the Noville chicane. Nice and tidy through there. Good rotation. Always a bit of a slide there as he puts the throttle down. Hits the wall again. They're saying everyone hit the wall there on the entry to swimming pool. And he's kept it pretty tidy. I think that was a purple sector 2. So we'll see what he can do now. Just coming through Raskas. Kazuto has retired. He's not going to be able to get any higher up than where he is now. Here comes Zombie to the beefy. It doesn't get Lamb, but it gets ahead of Toast. 122.4. So what about other drivers, SJ?
Yeah, definitely. On board Toast. I think he's done and dusted. What about Controlling? Controlling's 2 tenths up, so can he cause a problem for Toast and get in front of him? Ferrari going to need this, and it doesn't look like he is. It looks like he is not going to be going again, because that looks like that is time done and dusted. So if we're going to watch who's going to cross the line, Winter's invalidated as well, so he's going to stay where he is. I think we've got Sick Buddy on a lap at the moment. He's a tenth and a half up at the moment. What else looks like we've got? Looks like it's just Sick Buddy. Bit of an accident there with Kazuto. Looks like Toast is done. Lamb's done. Zombie's done. Sick Bunny goes into the wall there. He's a 10th up. He could look like to take Angus here for that P6 spot. Controlling does not look like he's going to go any further. He's just going to stay in that P5 position. Sick Buddy coming around into Raskas into the final corner. Let's have a look here. We'll have to wait and see. He's really fighting the car, and Winter doesn't look very happy with the comments. What's Sick Buddy going to do? Does he beat Angus? Yes, he does, and that looks like it's done and dusted. And Controlling was on a lap and goes P3 and gets in front of Toast. Ferrari needed that, Maz, and they've got it. A 1-3 for Ferrari with Zombie right in the middle, and Toast is now 2 spots away from his rival in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely, and more importantly, someone who's on his side as well, because he's got control and does Lamb. So this will be really interesting to see what happens here. But I know that Lamb has had a little bit of few questionable race starts, and has got a little bit of hate for it in the past for not being able to start a race very well. So, but if there's anywhere he wants to nail his race start, it's definitely here.
Yeah, definitely. This is we've said this going into this weekend that Monaco can make or break your season, and being so close near the end could have an opportunity here. So Ryan Adair takes pole position, Zombie takes P2, Controlling takes P3. So 1-3 for Ferrari, then Toast, then Kaz, then Sick Buddy, Angus, Winter, Gangster, and Ricardo. This is going to be a very interesting start. Remember, we do have a lobby restart to set the grid order, so make sure we get the screenshots for the grid order, and we will be back very, very soon. We'll just get on board with the start of it, and then we will then restart and get underway. What a start for Ferrari, Maz. You've got to be happy. And at the moment, it looks like it's dry, but we don't know what the conditions are going to be when we restart this lobby, my friend.
Absolutely, and that is the mystery of this track as well, and with how long of a race it is, and it can be even longer with safety cars and stuff. Potentially multiple conditions to affect the race, and that could really spice things up. So it's going to really come down to those drivers and the engineers for what they know. What does the drivers know? What has the engineer got in the in the bag of tricks. What has the driver got in the bag of tricks? And obviously, what what can the driver feel? That it's all to play for here on the streets of Monaco. Really tight around here.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's going to be a very, very interesting night with the two stop, and also Ferrari with 1-3 as well. So, if we hopefully can get a screenshot, hopefully we got one. So we'll be back very, very shortly. We are still live. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I'm going to just mute it so we can talk while we're off air. So there we go. We'll just mute that. Mute that. There we go. Job done. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, I got frustrated. That We are here. Me and Muzz are about to take this away. We have got the grid set. Everything is ready to go. Settings are all changed. What a night we've got, and what a start from your team as well, Muzz.
Yeah, I do. And I think controlling will be a big play here. Can he get Toast behind, and if so, for how long? And then what can Zombie do as well? Because Zombie's the only one not Zombie's in the Ferrari sandwich, so and he'll be on the front row. So if Lamb has a bad start, Zombie can potentially jump him, and then it's all to play for from there.
Oh yes, it is. It's this is a race I have been looking forward to, especially at the night time here at Monaco. What will the conditions be? This is going to be the biggest question. We saw a very wet qualifying. Well, most of it due to obviously the tick issues. We did get underway. What are we going to see? What is Monaco going to give us tonight? Let's have a look. We have dry conditions, and I think everyone is praising the Lord. I would say, Muzz.
Yeah, but because it's night, we can't see it. There could be cloudy. It could be rain to come, and that'll be something that the drivers know that we don't until it happens. But opportunity for those drivers to put some setups on and potentially adjust them according to what it's going to look like for the rest of the race. But this will be a very interesting race start. Crashes definitely inbound, I would say.
Yeah, well, safety car on reduced, so we'll have to wait and see. And we're hearing rumours, if they are true, that there is no confirmed rain in this race. So it looks like we are going to have dry conditions all the way through. 39 laps around here with tight walls and basically hardly any overtaking. Can these guys have the patience and the desire to do well? The biggest question here is Lamb and Toast. They are in two different spots. One, Lamb is in the best one. Toast is not. So can Toast get a good start going off on the line? Remember, it was 11 points going into this race with 3 races remaining. Well, actually, 2 races remaining, including this one. So here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are away here at Monaco for Division 2, and away we go. Look at some strategies there with the tyres. We've got a bit of a glitch going on with the situation with Slushy being leading the race, even though he is last. We've got Lamb taking the lead at the moment, and he's got Zombie right behind him, and then controlling, trying to hold Toast up. No one has got a move done yet. No accidents either, which is even better. So a really good start here from Division 2. Hopefully it sorts itself out. And there we go. It has done. Thank you very much, EA. And we got a bit of drama going on there. It looks like someone's going. There's a car park as Angus goes right round the other side. Daniel Rocks goes right round the other side and gets the job done. We've got some blue flags as well. So that's interesting to see. We'll keep an eye on that at the moment. But a great start from your Ferrari team. But Zombie is on the hunt here already, and we're only on lap 1. But we have drama.
He's in the middle of the track.
Wow. We've lost the driver already. Ricardo is out of this race, and there we go. They're not tonight, Phoenix. I'm going to let Maz, you take this one away. We're on board with a POV of Zombie. Take it away.
He is hunting down Lamb, and you can kind of see there's already a bit of a gap back to control, and so maybe he has taken the opportunity under his wing to be a good teammate, and try and hold the rest of the pack up, so that it's just a fight for the win, and so that the worst result that Lamb can get if everything else goes right is P2. But Zombie's going to try and make that come true. He's going to be fighting. He's got his good mate of controlling behind him. But we'll see what happens over the next few laps, because everyone's still within DRS down to P8 of winter. So everyone's still getting that one bit of DRS, but not many overtakes going to be likely. So maybe a bit of creativity from some of the drivers to go for a move. And now it looks like Toast is actually starting to fall back off the back of Controller. So Controller maybe just starting to push away. And Toast is kind of getting caught a bit off guard there, like a safety car restart, and falling into the grasp of Sig Party and Kazuto, those kinds of drivers there. But with how hard it is in overtaking, around here. It'll be very interesting. Controlling has set the fastest lap now as well, and looks like Toast has slightly caught back up. But I'll give this one back to you. And Zombie is all over the back of Lamb.
Yeah, he's really, really trying to push. We saw him in the reserve program go for some moves with Aiden as Raiden and really, really test him. Lamb knows that he just needs to finish this race in that position, but he has got a very, very quick Mercedes who is on very, very good momentum, on good form as well. But can Control and do anything to stop that? Can Control and get in front of the Mercedes and cause a bit of a barrier there and let Lamb try and run away with it? You then got Toast there in that P4, then Sick Buddy P5, Kaz in P6, Angus P7, Winter in P8. Then Daniel Rocks in P9. Good start from him. Hearing a bit of drama in the comments as well. We've then got Symphonic in P10, Abbott in P11, Slush in P12, Vettel in P13, Suts in P14, Gangster in P15, and Zach User in P16. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But yeah, Lamb leading the way on lap 3. There is a long way to go. Remember, a 2-stop strategy is needed to be done here as well, so that could change things up. You know, that got that DRS zone, but it's not really going to do anything for Zombie because he's not close enough. Controlling gets a 3-second time penalty. That's music to the ears of Toast, because Toast now will finish in P3 as it stands, which is even closer to his rival of Lamb. But Lamb is in control of this race at the moment, Buzz. Drama there for Controlling.
Yeah, but the more important thing now, I have seen in a bit of exclusive info for me that not many other people can see, but Controlling does know his job. Lamb told him his job, and he already knew what he had to do. He said, I quote, "I'm literally a brick wall this race, don't worry." So he knows what he has to do. But now the 3-second penalty is really going to have to lock down on that one, because if he can just back everyone up and then not allow Toast to get past, then obviously the 3-second penalty will drop him back. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Definitely. I think the main thing about this race, it's concentration, isn't it? That is the biggest one here. You cannot afford to make one mistake. Controlling has just got that 3 seconds on lap 4, which is going to hurt him. And now he's going to probably have to go a little bit longer to try and gain that 3 seconds on Toast. But we know that Toast doesn't make many mistakes. He's very, very consistent in that P4 position. So if he just stays in this position, he knows he's going to finish P3. As Slushy's just got himself 3 seconds. So that's 2 drivers in the space of 2 laps with 3-second time penalties. And Zombie, all Controlling, goes for a move around Zombie. And they're going to go side by side. And that's caused problems there. Toast tries to get in the mix of it. And Zombie and Controlling are going to go side by side. Controlling is just, you don't see this often in Monaco. Controlling goes around the outside, tries to get the move done. They're going side by side in the tunnel. This is insane. Oh, here we're going to go, and they're going to get to it. So Zombie holds his position, and Controlling tries to keep the move done, but he doesn't get it. Zombie has a bit of a snap there. Oh, wow, you not see that in Monaco, but Controlling basically goes for an audacious move. Doesn't work, but what racing there, Muzz?
Yeah, absolutely. That was incredible to watch, and importantly for Lamb, his team has done in wonders there. Broke out an extra 1.5 seconds to Zombie. So now Zombie looked like he was over the back of Lamb. Now it's kind of the opposite. And Zombie, the one that everyone is all over the back of. And so I wonder if we'll see it again, because Controlling will be trying to get. Maybe he thinks he's got the pace around here. He's going to try and get ahead of Zombie. And then if he can just clear off down the road behind his teammate and be 3 seconds ahead, then it can be a Ferrari 1-2. So all not completely out of the question. And potentially a crash for someone could cause other people to lose time as well. So Controlling's just going to keep his head down, not get any more penalties, and it's not going to get as bad as it already is seeming to be for him.
Yeah, definitely. I don't normally see an overtake through the tunnel, but great little bit of battling and great respect from both drivers, giving each other space. We're going a little bit further down. We've got Toast in that P4 Sick Party. There's a big traffic jam from literally Zombie all the way down to Winter. Daniel Rocks is 6.9 seconds back from Winter at the moment, but Winter's on the back of Angus, and he looks to be getting quite racy and looking to make a move there. We've got moves going on here as, oh, what's happened here? We've got a few guys into the pits. Toast is into the pits on lap 7. That is very early. Is that damage? Is that front wing damage? No, it's not. It's a tyre change. Well, there you go. And Kaz is in the pits as well. So we are seeing a very early pit stop here by the Alpine driver. So an undercut is obviously looking likely where it's going to be. Will the Ferraris, or one of the Ferraris, will they retaliate to that? Will they go for the move? That's going to be the question here, Mus.
Yep, and that is going to be interesting to see what happens.
There's a huge car park! Zombie's been spun, and he's got a 10-second for a collision with controlling, so they may have come together. We saw earlier on they were going at it. Zombie's now lost the front right side, and that's not helped, and that's brought Toast even closer after all that situation that's gone on. We just completely missed that. Zombie's now down into P6 with no front right side. Oh, there's more drama. There's Daniel, I think it's Angus. Oh, someone else has lost.
Oh, Zombie's out.
Zombie is out of this race. We have got a retirement. Do we see a safety car? That's going to be the biggest question. It looks like a VSC. Drama here for Mercedes. What has happened there? Drop 5 positions.
Lamb's in.
Out. Lamb is in. Well, that's a great time to come in now. What about controlling? Will controlling double stack? Ferrari are doing Ferrari things. Double stacking. They've got that spot on. Controlling has front left wing damage as well. That will be looked at by the stewards. I am sure of it. Zombie is not a happy bunny. I can definitely tell you that right now. Winter up to P3 on those hards, but looks like he's stuck in the pits at the moment. Is he going to get out in front? No, he doesn't. He loses out to the Aston Martin of Abbott. We are still green racing. Not for the time being, sorry. No, we're still under a VSC. Lamb has got a 10-second lead on Toast now in P2. And now it is the battle between P1 and P2, which we love to see. What drama we've seen here. Lap 8, and we've already seen 2 incidents, and Slushy's just been given a 10-second penalty for a collision with Winter. So it's all going on here at Monaco at the moment, Buzz, and we're only on lap 8.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just the unfortunate reality of Monaco. You know, people just trying to get by. You know, maybe Control thought the Zombie was just a little bit slower than him, so he went for a move. With how tight it is around here, there's a lot of places you can't even fit 2 cars, and it's hard to fit one, let alone 2 cars. And clearly someone made a wrong decision. We didn't see what happened, but unfortunate for Zombie, because he was looking like he could be on for a potential good result, at least maybe a win, depending on how the rest of the race pans out. But Land's got an ideal lead over Toast right now, but Kaz and everyone down to Controlling are flirting with DRS, so could get involved. But last thing Toast wants to do is lose a position to anyone else behind. So 6.5 seconds Lamb has on Toast. Can Toast start to get that gap down? Can Lamb extend it? And potentially more safety cars to happen as well. So it's still all to play for here, SJ.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely drama. Absolutely drama here. And Zombie, after such great momentum, is that's come to an end, unfortunately, which is such a shame. And that is such a shame to hear. But obviously, that will be looked at by the stewards. Looks like there was an incident with the McLaren of Angus there as well, so we'll have to wait and see what the stewards say. But if you are tuning in with us, we've got every person all the way down from P1 to P14 that's on one stop as well. They have one more stop to do, and we also do have a few penalties there as well. Controlling in P5 with 3 seconds, Abin with 3 seconds, Slushy with 13 seconds of penalties at the moment. So that's how it's looking. We are a mixture of tyres there. Well, most of them are hards now, and then we've got 2 guys on the mediums, and that's really unfortunate. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Zombie, just got to calm down, mate. Send it in. That's all we can do, mate. We can't do anything else now. I know you're frustrated, and I can definitely tell by the frustration, but this has been absolutely music to the ears of Lamb. He has a 6.3 second lead, and it's going to plan for the Ferrari driver of Lamb and TP at the moment, Buzz.
Yeah, absolutely. This is ideal for me. not great for controlling to get the wing damage. We still don't know what happened there with him and Zombie. For Zombie to even be that far down in the first place to get what he is saying taken out. But again, we have no idea what happened there. So, but that'll be for the stewards to organise. But Control and showed he had pretty good pace. So see if he can get a move done, hopefully more cleanly without losing his front wing on Sick Party and Kaz, and then he'll be right up behind Toast, trying to help his teammate out even more. But Toast is starting to pull away from Kaz and just slightly getting into the time that Lamb had, because it was 6.5 and when the VSC came in, now it's 6.1. So just slowly bringing that gap back down. But we'll see what happens over the next few laps. That's true.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel Rock's getting a penalty as well. 3-second penalty is there as well. I got control and front wing damage. I was in the hairpin and went to neutral and spun instantly. Nothing I could do. So a little bit of drama there for Zombie. We'll see what the stewards say after the race. It could be a hefty penalty. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, we're on lap 11 out of 39. Ryanair is leading it. Then Toast in P2. Then Kaz in P3. Great position for the V-Cabs. They've had a fantastic second half of the season. They've been very, very good. Obviously with Team of the Week as well for last week. So great job there. We'll hear from Symphonic on Division 4 tomorrow night, which will be very interesting. And how are you feeling tomorrow night? Are you feeling nervous going into this track? Or are you just going to do your best? How are you feeling?
I think my confidence definitely improved after that reserve program. Wasn't expecting if I can finish 2 positions behind my teammate in the just like I did in the reserve race, and that would be great. But I was feeling really bad going into the week. Slightly better, but still not great, because I don't think my quality times are going to be very competitive.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to wait and see.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I like Monaco. I did this race a couple of seasons ago, and unfortunately was taken out by EA. No one else, just EA. The software update had an update going on, and yeah, unfortunately couldn't get back into the game, and I was in P6. So yeah, unfortunate. So looking forward to doing it. Looking forward to racing it at night, and yeah. I think it's going to be a good night. It'll be interesting to see how it's going to go. Obviously, you can't overtake. It's going to be very, very difficult unless someone makes mistakes and gives you room. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, still a bit daunting though. Still a bit daunting.
Yeah,
but we'll,
certainly. And
we'll just
1 point gap between Quicksilver Deck, my teammate, and Mitchell. So could be interesting quali who topped that one as well. But that's all for tomorrow night.
That's insane, isn't it? 1 point. 1 point between Mitch and Quicksilver. And tomorrow night is short. Very, very close there. 8 votes to 10. That will be looked at though, just in case there is there is a few declines. So we will be looking at that again to see if it does change. But on the note, we are in Division 2, 13 laps out of 39. Ryanair is leading the way, 6.4 seconds out in front to Toast in P2. And if it stands like this, then Lamb will only make 5 points adrift of Toast. So that will then bring that 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That will bring these two 5 points between each other going into Zandvoort, which is insane. But that, how do you, if this stays the same, 5 points going into Zandvoort, like, how do you feel about that?
It's going to be absolutely insane. Another really close division. It's been really close. This division, it's been really close in Div 4. It's been really close in a few divisions. So it's going to be these final 3 rounds are going to be very important for a lot of drivers, and especially here in Div 2, where even a bit further back, I think there's a few drivers that are still mathematically in the championship fight, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Danny Rocks is out.
Danny Rocks is out. Daniel Rocks has gone. We've lost Daniel Rocks, which is unfortunate. He has gone into the wall. If you can see Symphonic's preview there, and he is into the wall. No safety car on that one, and that does bring in a VSC. So yeah, that's unfortunate for Danny Rocks. So we are down to 14 guys. Everyone is going to score points now. Everyone was going to score points with Daniel Rocks, so that's really unfortunate that he's DNF'd there. So we've lost the McLaren, we've lost the Mercedes, and we've lost an Aston Martin. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but we are going to get underway very, very shortly. I think we're just waiting for the yellows to be removed and then get back onto racing. Gangster's gone as well. Gangster's hit the wall on the outside, and Symphonic's got a drive through for speeding under VSC. Oh no! Drama there for Symphonic. He's not having the best of nights tonight. And we've lost another one. Gangster's gone. Angus is in the pits, and we're now down to 13. So Monaco is definitely taking people left, right, and centre. And it looks like Gangster's just completely lost it straight into the wall. So we've lost another car. So that's now Gangster, the Haas, Daniel Rocks, the McLaren, Zombie, the Mercedes, and Ricardo, the Aston. We're now down to 13 cars, and as I said, everyone still scores points. No safety car, but we are continuing racing, Muzz.
Yeah, and I think that was, for Gangster, what I was talking about in quali for that. The no-veil chicane there in the entry there. If you just slightly turn a little bit too early, takes the wheel off and DNS your car, and that looked to be exactly what happened. But then they're not ideal, and not a great day for Haas either. So this will be very interesting to see how the rest of this plays out, because we're not even halfway through. We've already had 4 DNS, so potentially still more to come. And Toast has really eked out that gap behind, and not really making much of a dent into Land's time anymore. But behind Kazuto, there's a bit of a fight going on as well. So potentially could be a fight for that final podium spot between Kazuto, Sikpardi, and Controlin. But Controlin does have that 3-second penalty, so it'll be interesting to see how championship leader's teammate Controlin can go.
I'll let you take it away. I'm just going to have a quick toilet break, so I'll let you take it away. I'm on board with Controlling at the moment, POV.
Alright, yeah, he is here just flirting with the good end of DRS. Not many DRS locations around here. Had a little bit of a slide there on the exit of the no-veil. Bit out of shape there on the exit as well, so can he keep it nice and tight and close in the dirty air here through the far sections of the swimming pool? A little bit rowdy on the exit to swimming pool and into Raskus. He has done pretty well here now. The only DRS straight is done pretty good at keeping it pretty close. But when does some of these drivers start to make that second pit stop? That's what a lot of people are going to be looking at, and the strategists will be looking at that one as well. And then, but we haven't really seen many gaps to start to break out. Like not everyone, a lot of people are within DRS of a car ahead. There's that 3-car fight we talked about for that final podium spot, but Winter closely behind Aben. Both of their teammates have DNF in this race, so it's up to them to pick up the pieces for their team. And Vettel just getting into the DRS, just flirting with it on slushy as well. Bit of an unfortunate qualifying for Vettel. Started last up to P9. Good job getting it back and stayed out of the few times that there's been limited carnage, and getting good points as Alpine still lead the overalls, and Mercedes has been tracking in on them. Going to outscore at least one Mercedes today. But now we will be nearing the halfway point of this race. Still plenty of action to come. Now Toast is starting to break into that gap ahead, and Toast is eking out the gap behind as well. So Toast I think will be your current fastest man on track. Unless there's someone behind on newer tyres, maybe someone could be taking that title for now, but not as important situation for him as Toast is now. He is just trying to make anything happen that he can. Still plenty of time to go, and still pit stop to come in. So is he going to go for the undercut again? Didn't work for him last time due to the virtual safety car, which is just the unfortunate reality of this track. But if he goes for it again, it could work. He could gain 2-3 seconds, depending on when Lamb is going to pit on the back half of that undercut. But he's starting to breaking that gap ahead. So how many laps until he's right up behind him?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, some battle still going on as well. Going into this race, you've got Sick Party. Oh, someone's lost the front wing there, and that looked like it was that control in there. Someone has lost a bit of their wing. I'm trying to work out who that was. I'm just looking on board with Sick Party, or is that Kaz? Who's lost a bit of their front wing? No, it's not Sick Party.
None of those three.
I saw something fly up. I think it's Cat. Is it Kaz?
It's Toast. It's Toast.
It's Toast.
He's never left end play.
Ooh, drama here. Toast is feeling the pressure now. Here we go. We're on 12 laps on those hards, 11 laps on Ryan Adair's as well. He wants to get this right, and I reckon we may even see him come into the pits. Let's have a look at the stops at the moment. So we've got Suts and Angus and Symphonic all have done 2 stops there. Toast still needs to stop. We've got Ryan Adair all the way down to Zach Hughes that still needs to stop, and Toast continues in that P2 spot at the moment. A little bit further back down, we've then got the battle as Kaz comes into the pits. Sick Party into P3 there. Toast into P2 still. We've got a nice little battle going on here between Winter and Aben. I'm going to jump on board with Winter for an onboard just to see what happens here as Winter and Aben are going at it. They are, one is on one stop and the other one is on the one stop, so they've got a nice little battle going on. Obviously Zombie out of this race, so we've got one Mercedes driver left and one Aston Martin driver left, and we've got 19 laps remaining of this race, and anything can happen, but these guys still have to stop. So this is going to be the question here. How is this going to go? Are we going to see Winter trying to get a move done on that Aston Martin? We're going to go over to the tyres. They're on the same amount of tyres as well. Winter doesn't have a penalty though. Aben does, controlling on 6 and Slushy on 13. And what a drive from Slushy in the Division 3, reserving up tonight for the Red Bull. Unfortunately, only one car on the grid. Still 17 cars on the grid tonight, but unfortunately, we've got 4 DNFs. Winter right on the wall there. He's getting a little bit cautious, but he's still trying to keep on touch with Aben. Aben having a little bit of a wiggle there. We've now got the man is in the lead into the pits, and he's now coming out. Sick Party takes the lead of this race. Toast is into the pits as well. Controlling is into the pits. Aben into the pits. Winter into the pits. Toast is going to lose a lot of time due to that wing change, though, Muzz.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, and I don't actually think he's changed his wing. If you look at him, he's still just never left end plate.
Oh no, has he not? Has he not changed?
No, it didn't look like him. I was looking at his pit stop and it looked slow, like he just didn't leave, like put the clutch down and go quicker than he probably could have. And I thought he was just changing his front wing. It was a visual glitch, but coming out, I noticed he still had that damage. So interesting decision. Maybe it's what he wanted to do, or maybe it wasn't. But we don't know as of right now.
Well, yeah, we're seeing Kaz trying to get past Slushy. Does he get the move done? Oh, Slushy holds his position. Kaz goes around the outside. They're going to go side by side. Difficult to go side by side there. Slushy holds his position. Kaz gets the move done. He's on the quicker tyres up into P4. That's what Kaz wants. Sick Party into the pits. Can Kaz get Sick Party? That's going to be the question. Sick Party still in the pits. Now coming in, changing those tyres. Here we go. Now he's just about to come out. Kaz is coming round into Ascot. Well, through to Vasquez, down the main straight. Sick Party now coming out. There's Kazuto. There's Sick Party. There's Kazuto. Sick Party. There's Kazuto. Does Kazuto get him? No, he doesn't, but he's going to come right behind him. He's just missed out there. And Sick Party gets out in front into P3. What a job from the kick. And what a drive we're going to have here between Sick Party and Kazuto. 2 laps to Sick Party's fresh tyres. And that was very, very close there, Muzz, between Kaz and Sick Party.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, I think Kaz is going for a mighty undercut pitting that early, and didn't work out for him. And now Sick Party ahead, because originally Kaz was ahead of Sick Party, but clearly the overcut working for Sick Party there, so maybe a little bit of traffic for Kazuto. Didn't really see what happened there, but now Sick Party in prime position to get on the podium over Kaz, and he's got the slight tyre advantage as well, so but this is going to be maybe a dogfight, but Sick Party's eking out that gap already, 1.3 seconds back to the Racing Bulls driver. But what is going to happen, that's the question, but we'll find out over the next few laps, SJ.
Yeah, definitely. And Slushy's the only car that needs to pit now. He's on that one stop, 23 laps out of 39 at the moment. He is the only one that needs to pit, and he's holding up, controlling, and he's doing a good job of it. Controlling goes into the side of him, and it looks like there's a bit of damage there. It looks like they've come together. Slushy trying to hold his position at the moment, controlling, trying to get through, goes around the outside, gets the job done, and it looks like they've both got damage as well. So, yeah, really unfortunate there for the Red Bull and the Ferrari driver. But controlling up into P5, Slushy down into P6, and he's going to lose a lot of positions because he needs to make that pit stop. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, because now he's got the Aston Martin of Aben, Winter, and Suts joining the party as well, as Suts has jumped into this battle between Winter and Aben. So interesting to see, even though he's on 2 lap older tyres than these guys. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. But we're seeing battles going on as Aben trying to get close to Slushy. He is being a real big problem, especially in this corner. Look at this. Here, no one can make the move. No one can get past. He'll probably come into the pits anyway. Let's have a look just to see if Slushy does come into the pits. He's got Aben right behind him. Can't get the move done. Does he come into the pits? No, he's going to go around again. This is not what Aben wants, or Winter, or Suts. So can they get the move done? Aben goes to the right-hand side. This could be drama here at Monaco, and Aben is through. Slushy tries to get onto the side of him as well. They're going to go side by side. Slushy drops down into P7. He's really trying to hold on, but he's holding on with old tyres, and Winter goes round the outside and gets the job done into P7. They're trying to get the moves done because Winter's battle is with Aben out in front, and Slushy is being a bit of a nuisance for the rest of these guys because he's on older tyres and he needs the pit as well. So is he just hurting himself here? We'll have to wait and see what happens. But back up to the front, Toast has not gained anything on Ryan Adair at the moment, 6.3, and looks like Ryan Adair could have this in the bag unless anything happens between lap 24 and 39 as Aben gets himself a time penalty, and Slushy has a mistake there, drops down into P9, Suts is through, Angus has got a penalty as well. Are we going to see this Red Bull come into the pits, Muzz?
You'd hope so. He's just going to be losing too much time. Now he's back off the battle ahead, so it's probably a good time for him to pit, and he is going to come into the pit. So, and Winter's in as well. Only on 3 lap tyres. So I think Winter actually might have ran into the back of someone during that fight. So that's going to be a front wing change, and it is. And so still going to come out ahead of Slushy, but he's going to be way back off the battle, which was with Aben and Suts. So not ideal for Winter again. Obviously had those problems in quality that he was talking about, but now all the way back down, he's going to lose position to Symphonic as well. So just Slushy behind. So what can he do to get back into this race? Symphonic's on 17 lap old hard tyres. He'll be coming in soon, but he's going to need quite a stint to catch up to the back of even Zach's user at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
Yeah, definitely on those old tyres. It's really going to be hard there. And Slushy was in the points, Winter's in the points. So these guys have just got to finish. And this is where it then starts to get difficult when your tyres start to get old. We're seeing a little bit of a change here between Toast and Lamb. Toast is bringing down that time. The question is, can Sick Buddy get Toast at the end here? Can he do a real cause a big problem here, or even Kaz? That'll be the question. I don't know. Kaz is on 6 lap hard, so he's really going to be pushing. But Toast with that damage, is he losing much time? That's going to be the question on that front left. Can Sick Party cause a problem here and try and get the move done? 5.4 at the moment on lap 26. We're not even 10 laps to go yet, and there's still a long way to go in this race, and safety car option is still there to come out as well. We've got Symphonic and Winter. Winter's through. Symphonic down in P12. Not going to bother fighting that. Is on very, very old tyres against a fresh car with fresh tyres as well. And Winter now needs to push on and try and get Zach User with 9 seconds behind. So a lot of drama going on in this race. We've now got Controlling on 6, Aben on 6, Angus on 3, and Slushy on 3. But it doesn't seem to be changing at the front between Toast and Lamb. But the big one is Toast and Sick Party. It seems to be hovering around that 5.4 mark. Do you think Sick Party can get Toast by the end of this race?
That's going to be quite a tall task because it's quite a short lap around here, but there is quite a few spots to make up time. And Sick Buddy with a full wing, Toast not having a full wing is an interesting situation. I think Toast is even maybe slightly gaining on Lamb ahead, so potentially could see him come up to the back of him if he depending on what his pace is looking like. But I think Sig Party is probably going to be more worried about Kaz behind, but anything can happen here. Definitely, it's about a similar gap between P1 and P2 and P2 and P3. So Sick Party could make it happen. He's got everything in his favour. He's got slightly newer tyres. He's got a full front wing. So we'll see what happens over the next few laps. But I've just noticed as well that Controlling doesn't have any of his end plates on either side of his front wing. So he's going to be losing time as well. And he's got Aben tracking him down. And Sut's not far behind either. So potentially could see a battle further in the race there. Aben has a full front wing. And so does Suts. So Suts does have a full front wing, but there we go. Controlling is going to come in, going to change that front wing. So we'll see where he comes out. He's going to come out, I think, just behind Angus, ahead of the Haas of Zach's user, maybe just side by side with Zach's user on the pit exit. Maybe this will be interesting to see. I think Zach's user is just going to get him. He's going to be ahead of Winter. So, and realistically, an undercut on Controlling there from Winter, but. So that could be a battle there as well on the medium tyres, but it's going to be difficult for Winter to take those mediums to the end because that's what he's got to do. So he's got to focus on some tyre saving as well. So a lot of different things to look at in this race, SJ.
Yeah, definitely, and they're obviously starting a few battles. They're getting into it as well. There doesn't look to be much change. It looks around about that 5.3 mark at the moment between obviously Sick Buddy and Toast. Toast is reining in Lamb though, 5 seconds now. It was 5.5, it's now 5. So if he can get it into that 4.9, we could have a nice little closing finish here with 10 laps of racing remaining. We've got Angus though, is getting in a nice little battle now with Vettel. He's caught right up to him. He's 8 temps, 9 laps to Vettel's 7 laps. Do we have any damage on that Alpine? No. Any damage on that McLaren? No. So Angus is really putting in a stint here for that P7 spot, even though Vettel doesn't have a penalty, so he won't worry too much. But Angus will look like he will try and get close to him and try and get a move going on here. We're still in that 4-5 second mark, which is now just dropped down to 4.9. So Toast, he's gaining on Lamb in that P1, but is he going to be able to do it with 10 laps to go? That's going to be the question. Still in that safety car limit as well, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. What was pole? It's difficult to say because it was on intermediates, so I think it was a 1:22.4, I think. on intermediates. So these guys didn't do it on the dries, unfortunately. So yeah. So if you want to know, that was the pole vert. Right, back up to the front. 4.9 Toast to Lamb. 5.1 between Sick Putty and Toast. So Sick Putty is sort of bringing down that gap, but not probably as quick as he is. The biggest battle on the moment is Angus and Vettel. Everyone else is quite spread out. We've got Suts trying to get to the back of Aben. He is in that 3 second mark as well. So, sorry, 6 second mark, as Aben does have 6 seconds. So Suts will get that P5 spot, and that's a good place for the Williams to finish at the moment. But yeah, Sick Party now 4.7, so he's pulled down that gap a little bit. Is that enough with 9 laps to go, Maz, or is it just going to be the way it finishes now?
Yeah, well, I think it's just probably too little, too late for definitely some of those drivers. Probably not many positions to be debated, and probably the top six. Obviously, Suts will gain on Avon, but it's just kind of the gaps are just kind of staying around where they have been basically the whole race. Just slightly gaining, slightly eking out, slightly extending, slightly gaining, but it's not really too significant to make any difference. So I think this would be how it goes, at least for those top six, but potentially still be able to come behind. Suts is going to try and get a move done on Aben on track at least, as we'll get it from penalties, and then 16 seconds up the road. That's not going to happen unless something really bad happens for one of those top four. But has got control, and he's going to try and get a move onto. He's just at the fastest lap. The 1:11.6 is a stonking lap from him for in the race anyway. And Winter's in again, so maybe. Oh, he's changing his front wing again. Is Winter, so he is not enjoying this, and now he's going to be behind everyone. I'd say Symphonic's probably going to get him, and then and he's put on old hard tires, so I thought he might even go for a soft tire run to try and get a fastest lap, but not even that for Winter. So it's just all going wrong for Winter today, and not looking good for Merck, because obviously Zombie had that retirement early as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very interesting race from start to finish, because Controlling was up there earlier on, and now he's down there in P10 with 9 seconds of penalties as well. So, yeah, which is a bit unfortunate. So he will just stay P10 at the moment. But the front, Ryan Adair has just been fantastic tonight from start to finish. Did have a little bit of pressure at the start from Zombie, and it looked like it was going to be quite interesting there, but then that changed. Toasters then had a little bit of pressure earlier on, but then obviously now in 4.8 seconds out in front, has a bit of damage, just now needs to get this car across. Keeps hitting that inside the wall, needs to be very careful he doesn't end up going too quick and end up taking the other one out and losing that tyre, because we saw Lamb DNF in Division 1 very early on, and saw Toast DNF in the reserve program. So these guys have crashed out here at Monaco, with obviously the stages going into this race as well. So nerves can get the better of you, and you just one little mistake or one little lap of concentration can end your race very, very quickly. But they look like they're in control at the moment. 34.3 seconds. It's getting closer, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. But we're going to go a little bit further down the bottom now, because Aben, I think, has lost out to Suts. Suts is into P5 now, and there's no more battles now. It's all spread out. So it's just basically just trying to maintain that gap now and finish this race.
Yeah, and interesting thing I've just noticed that Toast has a car behind him, and it's Symphonic, and it actually looks like he's trying to unlap himself. So hopefully we don't see anything bad happen there, because that would not be ideal for this championship fight that we're seeing. But I've just noticed that, because he does have better tires, that does Symphonic. So if he's going to try and unlap himself, he needs to do it make sure he's fair with it, not take anyone out, not give him any damage, because then he'll be getting a pretty hefty penalty for that as well, being a lapped car just trying to unlap himself.
Yeah, it's interesting for some of these guys like Winter and Symphonic because I think Winter's just got past Sick Putty there, and Sick Putty's just going to try and hold on, but he's going to lose more time to Toast due to that issue as well. So I think Toast is may have locked down in that P2 at the moment. We're on lap 34 out of 39. Ryan Adair now coming through the tunnel. So Toast is just around the corner. He's not that far away, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. It's 4.3. 13 laps on those hards. Those hards are going to start to hurt a little bit now as we see a few of these guys on 14, 15 laps. Ferrari have decided to change the strategy up a bit. Controlling's going to change a new front wing. This is now his fourth stop of the night. He is on the soft, so he'll be going for the fastest lap to try and take that away from the person that's got it, which is also him as well. Yeah, he's just going to keep it himself, I think, for the time being, as Lamb just goes past his teammate there. And he's going to continue to do what he needs to do. But Toast is bringing that gap down, 3.9 seconds. Lamb makes one mistake. Toast is in here with a shout. This could be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, but this will get people a little bit on the edge of their feet if Toast starts to bring that down to 2 seconds with 4 laps remaining.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see who's got what warnings as well, because maybe Land has two warnings, or Toast has 2 warnings, and then could get that penalty. And I was just about to say that I think Controller will unlap himself from Land because he's got those new soft tires, and hopefully he doesn't make Land lose too much time. Hopefully, he just clears off down the road and then doesn't see him for the rest of the race. But I was going to say that could come into play. Maybe losing a bit of time there, maybe just drifting a little bit wide because of dirty air, then hitting a wall, which gives some front wing damage, whatever it might be. But it looks like it's all gone fine there, and Land not putting up much of a fight because he's know that Controller has the softer tyres, and it's just getting down to 3 seconds now for Toast. So that'll be very interesting to see how he goes, because he's now where it gets pretty serious, and Toast is going to be on his battle station, and he's going to be getting as much time in. He's going to be driving right on the edge, so maybe could see a mistake from him as well.
Yeah, well, Lamb has just let Controllin go past because he's on those newer tyres, as Controllin looks to try and get the move done on Slushy on 10 lap hards versus those softs, and it's going to be the battle of the penalties at the moment. Slushy on 6, Controlling on 9. Slushy makes a mistake there. He's got to be careful because these two came together earlier on. Look at this though, Toast is 3.2 seconds back from Lamb, and he can now see him in his rear view mirror just round the corner coming through swimming pool section. There's Toast, 3.3, so he is really trying to pull in as much as he can the gap as Slushy loses out there to Controlling. Oh, Slushy nearly goes into the wall, and that would be a bit of drama of safety car on the last 3 laps to go, but it doesn't look like we're going to see it as we are now on lap 37 out of 39. We have 2 laps of racing remaining. Toast is 3.5 seconds back. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Zach User is quite close to Angus, and he looks like he is going to try and get the move done. Let's look at the penalty situation. It's 3-3, so they're both on the same. Just Zach User's on a little bit of fresher tyres. He can't be driver of the day because he's not racing Aiden as Aiden. So yeah, thanks for that. Unless you're watching a different race. But at the moment we've got 3.8 seconds. So Toast has lost a little bit of time. And Ryan Adair is coming through the tunnel now, 3.6. Sick Party has not been able to catch up to Toast, unfortunately. Is 5.6 seconds back. We want to drive from Sick Party as well, and Kaz, and also Suts. They've had a fantastic drive. It's been a bit of a mixed race for some tonight. We've still got a nice battle going on here between Zach User and Angus, as Zach User tries to go around the outside of Angus. They're going to go side by side. Oh, he squeezes him into the wall. Angus could be in serious trouble with the incidents tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But this is a good spot for Angus to finish P8 at the moment. He has got 3 seconds with Zach User. They look like they're going at it. I'll let you take away this lap and I'll take the finale. Over to you, Muzz.
Yeah, this is the. Oh no, we have another serious battle. It's Winter and Symphonic just fighting this one out. Winter probably got the tire advantage on the hards over Symphonic, and no penalties for either of these two. So this is a straight out dogfight as well to the end on these tires, and both have their full front wing, and they've got a car that is toast in P2 right now. It's going to be too little, too late for toast, unless something serious for Lamb in these final couple of laps. Control him with another 3 second penalty. So we'll see how far he drops back after this race. But we've got Zach's user. He's looking for a way to go by on Angus, and whereas Lamb, he's just coming through Rascas now. He's just got one more time. He's got to go around before he can celebrate whatever he has to do. But Zach's user has gotten past, and Angus going to try and fight it back. He's got his nose in the door. They're side by side going into the. How's this one going to end, SJ? We're on the final lap. How's it going to end?
Yeah, well, Zach User's just got the move done on Angus, and we're going to go back up to the front because Ryan Adair is leading the way. There's your penalties: 6 for Aben, 3 for Zach's, 3 for Angus, 12 for controlling, Slushy 6, and yeah, it looks like controlling will finish behind. Slushy, we'll have to wait and see how that's going to end. At the moment, Ryan Adair is coming round into the entrance of the tunnel on the finale. Toast 3.9 seconds. Sick Party in P3. What a drive from them. Drive of the day, it looks like it is going to be Vettel. What a drive from him tonight. And he will be getting driver of the day as it stands. But Ryan Adair is now going to come through the swimming pool. What a drive from this man. And he will be getting the old Harbour Sirens coming on to the final lap as it's a nice little addition that they've put on the game. And here we go, coming into Rascas. One more corner to go. And you are going to have the please winner of Ryan Adair, who has now pulled it into 5 points at the lead of Division 2. Ryan Adair wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Toast finishes in P2. And Sick Party will finish in P3. And there we'll have Kaz as well finishing P4, as obviously some of these guys are a little way back. And we will have, obviously, Kaz finishing P4. Suts is now coming around Kaz as well. The question is, will Zach User and Angus still be going at it? No, they're not, as Zach User has pulled away. Winter is very, very close to the back of Symphonic. Will he try and get the move done? No, it's done and dusted because they've been given the checkered. Aben is about to cross the line into P6. He is the only Aston Martin to finish, unfortunately losing his teammate. Vettel will finish in P7. What a drive from him, and he will go up to P6. So that's big points for the overalls for Alpine and driver of the day for Vettel. We've then got Angus, which will finish in P9. Controlling, will he stay P10 or will Slushy get him to the line? Let's have a look. He goes P10 at the moment. Someone has got yellows. Something's happened there? A little bit of yellows. Has Slushy run out of fuel?
I think he has.
I think he has. And he doesn't get the position because he's run out of fuel. He underfueled himself. Interesting situation. And yeah, that is the Monaco Grand Prix done and dusted, Muzz.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. There was changes higher up the field, and there was crashes, there was bashes, it was just about everything you could want from a race, and it was at Monaco where not a lot of that happens on the overtakes side, but definitely on the crashes side it does. But yeah, definitely a lot to take away from that. A lot of interesting points of discussion. But Lamb has closed that gap to Toast in the championship. So it'll be interesting to see how they go in these final 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be very interesting now with 2 rounds to go. His interview is going to be very exciting and big points there for Lamb getting clean as driver. So he's actually pulled it to... oh wow, he's pulled it to 3 points now because 4 points because he's got cleanest driver. Fastest lap goes to Control, and driver of the day goes to Vettel. Most overtakes goes to Slushy. Lamb takes P1, Toast takes P2, Sick Party taking P3, then Kaz, Sutz, Vettel, Aben, Zach's user, Angus controlling with the fastest lap, Slushy, Symphonic, Winter, Gangster, unfortunately out, Daniel Rocks, Zombie, Ricardo, all out of this race. So, yeah, bit of drama here, which will, I'm sure, will be looked at by the stewards. We are going to have these guys jump in for a quick interview. We've got Sick Buddy in. We're just waiting on Toast, Lamb, and Vettel to jump in. So when those guys can jump in, that would be fantabby-dozy. But while we're doing that, let's jump on and let's talk about the race in itself, Maz. How did you feel that went?
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. It was a lot of talking points, as I said, and a lot of different battles that we thought that we might not see because it's Monaco, but definitely an exciting race with maybe a bit of a slightly jumbled up grid due to the wet qualifying. But Lamb got it done when he needed to, when the pressure was on him, and good work from him to close it down to what'll be 4 points now.
Yeah, 4 points, and yeah, we'll crack on because I'm sure Lamb will be jumping in soon because his brother is in here as well. So let's take it off with the drive of the day. I'll let you take it away first. Over to Vettel.
All right, Vettel. That was good. Good job on the comeback. I just have to say that's exactly what you're looking for, and outscoring at least one Mercedes and both Mercedes actually. So that is what you're looking for in the overalls. Just give us your thoughts. Was that what you were looking for after starting at the back?
Yeah, no, it was a very good race. We've had very few rough weeks recently, so definitely needed that. Did something similar like that last season. As for Merck, I think they've kind of fallen off since last week. But yeah, no, it's not over till it's over, and congratulations to the people on the podium.
Absolutely. Uh, Great job again on getting that driver of the day up to P6 from P17. So I just have to say good job again, and I'll give you the SJ for any questions he has.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, Vettel, great drive, mate. Probably maybe one of the best races you've had this season on a track which a lot of people don't like. I think we'll be honest. Toast has obviously had a bit of the limelight in Division Two. He's been phenomenal, very consistent. But those points that you've given Alpine. Looks like you're going to have probably one hand on the overalls now, as Mercedes, unfortunately, only had one car finish, but not in the top five. So looking likely that the lead will be gone. Is losing from Mercedes, which is a shame because it's been a great battle. But overall, how did you find the race? Because in Monaco is just all about basically keeping your front wing and trying to get the undercut and qualifying as high as possible. So obviously no penalties for you, and you seem to manage that. So how did you feel the race went for you tonight?
Well, I proved the impossible possible. Qualified last, finished sixth. Yeah, Toast has had a very good season. Just remember Vegas beat you, but yeah, no. Overall, Div 2's been ups and downs, but I mean, we take every week as it is, and yeah, I mean, now I can share the strategy to the rest of the team of what was today.
Yeah, definitely. And how did you feel at Monaco at night? Like, what did any different to driving it during the day? Obviously, it's a new thing we've done this season. How did you find it?
Um, Looks cooler, I guess. I don't. Is it to like make your tires better or something? I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
it
It's visual, probably.
it seems yeah, it looks awesome. But yeah, no, I love the track. Um, Yeah, I mean, I've had my best finish last season in Monaco, and I think, my best finish this season in Monaco.
Yeah, definitely. And your season has been a little bit up and down. Obviously, you did fantastic early on in three, and then obviously you got promoted, and then things started to change. But you've put in some fantastic performances, and you definitely shows that you belong in the division. Obviously, with a few of the drivers obviously now outgrowing the division, we're coming close to the end. How do you feel looking into next season? Obviously, with a new game, how do you think that you'll take that going forward into a new season?
Um, we'll do what we can, and yeah, I mean, obviously, most of the I won't say most, but a fair few of the drivers will be moved up. So there's some competition gone, but then there'll be new competition. So every season's different. Sometimes you'll be at the top, sometimes you'll be in midfield, and others you'll be at the back. But it's the only way to fix that is by improving.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. And last question. What do you think has gone right for Alpine? Why you've been so dominant through the overalls for nearly 8, 9 weeks? What do you think's been the plan? What do you think that's the case?
Um, Strong Div 4. They carry us. But no, in general,
Damn.
it's a good community. It's a good team. I think the server in general, it's just a really good team in general. Like community, it's a way. Like we don't have to talk about Rush. We can talk about whatever, and there's just like 7 people talking about it. It it's how friendly the team is. We just like cheer on each other, and then yeah, whatever goes on the track, we say congratulations or work on next week, and we always focus 1 week at a time.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's the way. That is the way, and it's definitely shown. And you've got some fantastic drivers across all 5 divisions, which have really helped you out. Division One's been a bit of a struggle, but obviously you've had drivers jump in and they've helped. And the same with obviously Division Two, obviously with Toast and yourself, three as well. Obviously Bread, and obviously Tazio has jumped in. And that's and the same with 4 and 5 as well. Obviously, Morty and Hooney doing a fantastic job, and Mitch and Soup have been fantastic since obviously they've joined the team. So, no, I wish you all the best. How do you feel about the last 2 races, Zandvoort and Silverstone?
Um, Zandvoort, look forward to because it's similar to Monaco. It's almost impossible to overtake. So clearly, I've got something with that. And Silverstone, um, I think I'll be. I think I'll just be having Spotify on and just cruising at the back. But we'll see how it goes.
And then I guess would that be Travis Scott by any chance?
Um, I'm not Bread.
Awesome, but congratulations on drive of the day, mate. Well deserved, and enjoy the break. Enjoy the week, and yeah, we'll see you next week in Zandvoort.
Appreciate that, SJ. Good comments, boys.
Cheers, mate. Muzz, over to you for P3 Sick Party.
Sick party. Good race for you, there, mate. Yeah, got the overcut. I think it was on Kaz, and I was probably a little bit unexpected. I don't know. It was what happened for you there. Was your goal for the overcut once you saw him pit, or
Yeah,
what happened there?
like like if he didn't box there, I think my engineer told me I was gonna box, but I always thought the overcut was going to be a bit better here, just from where the traffic was, and it proved correct. As I think he got stuck behind Slushy, I think it was, which meant when I pit was like 2 or however many laps later, I was just ahead of him by a hair. So yeah, like it was either I was going to undercut him or overcut him, depending on what he did, and he pit early, so I pit late, and it paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe controversial topic, but what's your thoughts on your brother's chances in the championship?
Um, well, it's not really my thing to say. I mean, for his sake, I hope he wins, but yeah, it's not really the end of the world for me if he doesn't. So yeah, I'm more concerned in my own little fight for P3 at the moment in the standings.
Yeah, obviously, and you would have got massive points there because Zombie had that DNF. But these final 2 tracks, Zandvoort and Silverstone. What's your thoughts on them?
I'm a bit of a historical Zandvoort merchant. I won my first race in Rush there in season 8. I was doing well in last season at Zandvoort, and then my teammate binned it and caused a safety car right after I pit, which kind of screwed me over. But yeah, I'm very much a Zandvoort merchant, and I don't know how I feel about Silverstone, honestly. It'll be a bit of a hit or miss, I think.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think this zombie is quite good around Zandvoort as well. So there'll be hopefully a good battle between you two. Let's
Hopefully he
see.
wins it.
Yeah, well, hopefully for you, but maybe not. Hopefully for him. But anyway, yeah, good race today, and I'll give you good luck for the remaining 2 races.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sick party. Obviously, your form in the last 3-4 weeks has been absolutely fantastic. You're getting up there every week. You know, you're staying there. You're just keeping it clean. Yeah, it's just been really good to see. And same again, another podium. You know, like well, what where's this form come from? Like some people obviously have it at the beginning, some people have it like near the end, and we see some drivers really start to change things up near the end of the season. They start to get into a real good form and momentum. So what's changed from the start to now?
Honestly, I think it's the main thing is just what tracks it is, and like how the strategy plays out at those tracks. Like, well, I got an early podium on it in the season at Bahrain, which I'm a bit of Bahrain merchant, as we know. Then I think my next podium was a while later in Mexico, which since it's a 2-stop, things played out correctly there for me on full TC. I'd say something similar for Imola, how I was just better at avoiding incidents than anyone else, which helped a lot. And my previous podium at Belgium was just same as Imola. I was just consistent and I was avoiding all the carnage. And I think the same thing can be said here. I was just consistent, avoided the carnage, and it paid off.
Yeah, how did you find Monaco? I think this is a track which has come. I don't know if it's come at the right time for some people. Some people probably love it because they like that little bit of suspense, throw a bit of a spanner in the works, cause a bit of drama because it is a track which everyone drives very, very cautious on. You cannot make mistakes here. It's just if you make mistakes, your race is nearly over and you're playing catch up. So, in regards to where it is on the calendar, going into obviously Zandvoort and Silverstone, do you think it's changed a few things for a few teams, or do you think it's just a normal track just on the calendar?
Well, it definitely will throw a spanner in the works for the remaining divs, I think. Like, I use Div 2 for reference. Zombie was doing really well, and then, well, I think he got murdered, or he made a mistake, and then he got murdered right after that just because the narrow nature of the track. So I think it definitely will, especially just how difficult it is to get a move on here. You really have to force the car in front to make a big mistake to just pull alongside, like I did in Div 1 last night with Winter, or either just lunge it and just launch on someone pretty much. Just, it's the real only way to get moves.
No, definitely. How did going back from the beginning? How did you find qualifying? Because the conditions were not nice to you guys tonight. They were pretty bad. So was that a struggle?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, full TC in the wets. Never a good time. I always knew I was going to be slower than the likes of Zombie, Lamb, Controlling, Toast, and Kaz. I think I was comfortably slower than those top 5 there by like 5/10 at least. And I think I was like quickest of the rest in Q3 by a few tenths or so. So it was definitely not fun. I think I almost got knocked out. I think it was Q1, and I was like P14 in that. So that was definitely scary. But yeah, luckily I didn't, and I made it through, which definitely contributed to my race result tonight.
Definitely. And great job. Absolutely fantastic job. And yeah, congratulations on the P3. And we'll see you next week in Zandvoort on your sweaty track, apparently. So look forward to seeing what you can do. And we may even be having another conversation.
I hope we are after Zandvoort. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. No worries. Okay, right, on to P2. This is the battle that we've been going on about, but unfortunately he is P2 tonight. Muzz, over to Toast.
All right, Toast. It was still a pretty good race for you. Obviously, I think that early, unfortunate with the virtual safety car when you pitted, gave Lamb this opportunity to pit under the virtual safety car. Do you think you would have had a chance at beating him if it wasn't for that? Have we got Toast? Right. I don't think we have Toast.
Have we lost?
I don't think we have Toast.
Oh, have we lost him? Toast, are you there? Oh, that's a shame. He is there. I don't know. I'll just message him, see if he is. Oh, has he left and
No,
joined
he's
back?
gone now.
No, he's gone.
No, he's gone.
Oh, hang on, he's back.
Oh,
Have we got your Toast? No. Yes. Toast, you there, mate?
Is it working now? My mic.
Yeah, it's working. We got you. Muzz, back to you.
right. I Toast, you reckon you could have gotten Lamb if it wasn't for the him pitting under the virtual safety car early in that race?
Well, probably not because he was like out in front the whole race and it's Monaco, but the gap definitely would have been a lot smaller than what it was after the first pit stops. But I also got like two free positions from the incident which caused the VSE, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's down to, I think it'll be 4 points now. And gone into these final two races, what's your thoughts on the championship battle as a whole, and also on the two tracks we've got, Zandvoort and Silverstone?
Well, it's definitely gonna be intense, to the end, like two more races, like with like 4 points between us, so like gonna get any closer than that. So I definitely have to practice a lot for the last two tracks and like really lock in to get this championship.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully you continue it. For my sake, I don't want you to stay. I don't want you to crash both races because I'm a pro driver, but that's
Mhm.
not for me to figure out. But anyway, good work on the P2. I think you'll still be happy with that with the front wing damage as well. But again, yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Oh, Toast. I did a graphic the other week, and obviously put a lot of work into it. And you've now, it's this is going to be a fantastic battle between you and Lamb, and it's been fantastic to watch all season. And it's now 4 points, obviously pending penalties and bits and pieces. Will be very interesting. Did you feel like you had the pace tonight? Did you feel that you were a bit off it? Obviously, you're qualifying. You were a little bit lower down early on, then you made it up, and then obviously Zombie was very quick, controlling, caused a bit of problems. He needed to get in front of you. The Ferraris needed to get in front of you. That was the plan. Did you feel a little bit off it tonight going into Monaco?
Well, with qualifying, like my controller decided to lose vibration, so I couldn't really like feel the traction. So I was actually like pretty surprised that I got P4 because it was like really horrible. I couldn't feel anything. So um I mean, like with the race, like it's good that I was still able to recover to P2 with especially with front wing damage. So pretty happy with my pace.
Yeah. And the 2 races to go. Like, we're going to get the drums rolling. 4 points now. Obviously, like I said, pending results. How do you feel? 4 points between you and Lamb going into Zandvoort and Silverstone. Uh, yeah. What's your take on that?
Well, definitely gonna be intense, because Lam's pretty quick, At some point, like the gap was like 30 plus points, I think, but he's been able to bring it down to like four right now. So he's definitely like a driver that can like easily take the title. So I definitely have to try my best to stop them.
Definitely,
Yo,
definitely. It's been an absolute fantastic season, hasn't it? Between you and Lamb, and to let it go to two races to the final, to the season is going to be it's going to be very interesting. Are we going to see some team orders now? It's getting really really close. Is Vettel going to come into that? Is there? Are we going to see anything? Because we've seen it from Lamb tonight, controlling. He had a job to do. He even went for a move on Zombie in the tunnel section, which was insane. We don't think we'd ever see that before, but we
Yeah,
did see it.
the air
Um,
pressure.
so, are we going to see anything from the Alpine team? To try and get you across the line, because you do have a fierce competitor right up your backside going in these last two races.
Well, I mean, if it's possible, if Vettel is in the front, like if he's like near us, then definitely like we'll try to do some stuff with the strat, but we wouldn't do anything too crazy.
The problem is, mate, you don't make any mistakes.
What I did today got something down.
That's the problem. It's just so consistent. Lamb's got mistakes in him. I don't know if Toaster's got mistakes in him, but we'll have to wait and see. The pressure is coming. Congratulations once again on the podium. Still a great drive, and yeah, look forward to seeing you in Zandvoort next week.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Cheers, Toast. Muzz, over to your TP, mate. Take it away.
Yes, Lamb, amazing job there. Controlled it from start to finish. I think that's what they call I can't remember what a grand slam. No, you didn't get fastest lap. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Anyway, a good, not a good job, a great job. Keeping out of the wall. Did you? You didn't get any damage for hitting any walls, did you?
none. After I had that gap from the VSC, it was definitely I made sure to keep it out of the walls. Like on that last lap going into chicane where I died in Div 1, I almost missed the corner of how wide I went to not die.
Yeah. Well, good job. I'm happy with that. Not that I should be really caring about it that much, but and you'll be happy with that, especially in this championship fight. What are these next two tracks looking? Last two tracks looking like for you? Are you fans of them?
Um, I think I'm decent at Zandvoort. Um, so I reckon we'll have a really good go at it there. But I don't really like Silverstone too much. Not well. I haven't driven it in a little while, but last time I drove it, I didn't particularly like it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking to gain as many points if I can on Toast and Zandvoort, just so it's like damage control and going to Silverstone.
Yeah. Well, he understood what he had to do there, controlling, and he did a pretty good job of it until obviously basically all hell broke loose there, and it caused Zombie to DNF, and controlling got damaged, and then he had to pit for repairs, and then kind of lost it from there. But he did what I thought was a pretty good job up until then. What did you think of his job at keeping Toast behind?
Oh, it was beautiful, man. Like a quick, I asked him like to like do God's work. Like 21 Checo and bat in Abu Dhabi sort of defending to keep Toast back. And from what I could tell on the relative, it looked like that was going really well. And then out of nowhere, everyone just dropped back, and I was just lucky to not get caught up. I was like, what the hell is happening back there? And then next thing you know, we had a VSC, and it was just like, oh, well, that's helpful. Yeah, so Control definitely did what he had to do tonight, and it probably made my race.
Yeah, and great job from you with the pressure coming in to hold on to the lead and not make any mistakes. I'm sure that you would have been sweating those palms. Those palms would be sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, kind of thing at the front there.
Oh yeah, I was sweating the entire race. Especially in those final few laps where Toast was pulling on me with the damage. And I knew if I'd push, I knew that there was a good chance I'd bin it. So I couldn't really push. And because I wasn't pushing, Toast was catching, and that was not a fun sight. Like championship wise, I was like, if he gets me, if he catches up to me, this might be wraps for me. Yeah, so definitely sweaty palms, sweat everywhere.
Yep. Well, hopefully you can advance to the level of shape by the end of the season. But I'll give you over to Gov, as he will definitely have some questions for you.
Always, Mars didn't know you could sing. Yeah, love it. Lamb, obviously start to finish, mate. Made no mistakes tonight. Obviously qualifying was the key. First of all, let's talk about qualifying. Absolutely treacherous conditions in a night race at Monaco. What could go? What could go better? How did you feel about qualifying? Because you seem to have the pace, especially in Q3. Yeah, to talk us through qualifying, because that must have been difficult in those conditions.
Um, at the start, like when before the like you had that little bit of a dry line, like before like you really push the water aside, it's a bit difficult, but then after that it's really just about keeping the car pointing the right way and you set. So especially in all heavy rain on the inters, I love those conditions. Like I'd much prefer them over just standard light rain. So I reckon that benefited me a lot. Um, and I knew that there was no point in boxing on the fresh inters after I do a final run because they'd just go cold and then they won't be able to get warmed up. So every qualifying, I'd go out on the one set and then just load up the car like 10 laps of fuel, just smash out lap after lap after lap after lap, and it worked. Did it in Q1. Kaz was right there with me, and I was like, "Oh, sick! Kaz is going to be up there with me. We're going to rerun Saudi because that was a good race." Then Q2 on my final run, I botched it, smacked a few walls, got some damage in there, and I was like, "Hopefully that's all my bad luck gone." And then in Q3, just managed to snag pole by I think it was like a half a tenth, like on the dot. So yeah, definitely a bit too close for comfort, like gap wise. But I was confident about qualifying well tonight.
Yep, and then let's talk about the race. What was the plan? Because you had a very quick Mercedes on your tail for most of that race. Unfortunately, until the incident, and I don't know if you even know that obviously maybe in the VT with Control, but Control went to make a move through the tunnel to try and help you even more, which actually did. It pushed you to a 1.5 second lead. So was that the strategy, the Ferrari of your teammate, to try and put pressure on the guys in front?
Yeah, 100%. Start of the race, we had a good start. I had a very good start. You always think it wasn't me driving. So I got off to a really good start. I knew I needed to, because if pretty much you don't get a good start, then you're screwed at Monaco. So had a good start. Was able to keep in front of Zombie. Made a few mistakes here and there, like just running a bit wide and having just panicking about that a little bit because I know he likes a good dive bomb. So every time I ran that with a little bit wide into the next and then going to the next corner, I'd be like, crap, please don't launch one. I'd rather not. get blasted. Yeah, but then controlling looked like he was going to get the move done, which pushed out my gap to zombie, which was really good. And then I just did my best to see if I could keep that gap to keep zombie out of DRS, so controlling could possibly overtake him.
Well, everything worked. Obviously, controlling did fall a little bit further down. He did get the fastest lap, so got the extra point and took that away from everyone else. But you're now going 2 races left, and we've said this before. You've been in this situation before. How close can you get to this now? There is 4 points with 2 races to go. How do you feel going into Zandvoort and Silverstone?
Yeah, the gap's pretty close. It would have been closer. Controlling accidentally took the fastest lap off me, which was a bit sucky, but I got clear driver, so I can't really complain. I still got an extra point. And pretty as long as really one of us got I was happy because now it's not just the drivers standings; it's also the constructors as well. And I think Vettel was up there as well tonight. So every extra point we can get is going to count toward the constructors. But going to Zandvoort, like I said, I think I like Zandvoort quite a lot. It's quite a fast, flowy track, and I like those. Um, obviously, the DRS is going to be the key there, and low wings. So I might do some Monza wings or something just to make sure no one can overtake me down into turn 1. And then, yeah, Silverstone hasn't been a good track for me in the past. I don't think I've had a good race there since the start of F1 24, the game. So hopefully I could maybe break that curse, especially going into the finale. Yeah, like I said, Silverstone might just be damage control for me.
Yeah, I've loved this division from start to finish. I think it's been extremely competitive. It's had a lot of different winners. You've got some serious guys behind you as well that can cause problems, and now 4 points with 2 races to go. I think the pressure is definitely going to be on both of you. And there's no room for error, as you know. You've made errors in the past. We did see your starts are getting so much better. You seem to have nailed that. But you've got a competitor in Toast that just doesn't make mistakes. How do you feel about that going into 2 races where he doesn't normally make mistakes and you are known for mistakes? Does that put a little bit of a worry on you going into these last 2 races with the guy that you're fighting?
A little bit. Like I obviously like to get the cars around out a little bit, especially on like corner X. It's like last week and the week before, I think I got described as driving like a cat with 9 lives. So um definitely like to play it definitely like to gamble with my tires a little bit and what the car will do. But it's definitely a little bit worrying knowing that Toast really doesn't make mistakes too often. Like there's not really one, if there is one I can think of off the top of my head. So I've got to put in a lot of practice into Zandvoort and Silverstone to make sure I'm at least on par with that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will. You've put a lot of work in, and you're probably going to get given the opportunity for Div 1, so that will give you a bit of an advantage as well. You may even see Toast in that race. We'll have to wait and see. But no, this is it. 2 races to go, Lan, and you are really up against it now, and it's definitely pulled in from 11 points to 4 points. So congratulations on the win. I definitely want to frame that winning at Monaco. It's not easy to win there, especially with the conditions in qualifying and then obviously what happened in the race as well. So, no, massive congrats to you, mate. Enjoy the week, and we'll see you in Zandvoort next week.
Sweet. Thank you, SJ, and thank you and Muzz for the comms. Can't wait to watch that stream back. I reckon it's going to be a blast.
It might be a bit boring for you.
Yeah.
But you'll definitely see some action in that first 10 laps. But no, awesome.
I'll try and match it tomorrow for you.
Legend.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Maz, that is it for Division 2 done and dusted. We will just jump on board with some followers as well. Maz Goat 21, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to finish up, but feel free to tune back in tomorrow night or the next time we go live. Thrashy Dave Gaming, thank you very much for the raid, mate. Much appreciated. 8 viewers, thank you very much. Nova Ryo as well, thank you very much for the follow. And obviously Danny Rocks for the stream, Streak and Phoenix. Angry Badger, also cons, Q&As, a few followers the other day as well, Team Rockets, Young Pro, and AK. That is it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. We are not going anywhere though, because tomorrow night you are going to see me and Maz at the streets of Monaco, and joining the new comms tomorrow, you will be joined by Lamb and Durr tomorrow night with an interview of the team of the week. So we'll be jumping on board and listening to Symphonic. And they're going to be very, very exciting. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Maz, anything from you before we wrap it up, my friend?
Not really. Just watch for this championship fight in the final 2 rounds, because it's going to get pretty spicy, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very, very good. I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen. Remember when we watched before we started out this Monaco race, it was 11 points. After this, due to pending results and penalties and whatever, if Toast and Lamb have been involved in any of them, it is only 4 points going into 2 races. And those 2 races are some big races. Zandvoort, we know, is like a Monaco, but with longer straights. And Silverstone is all about speed. And obviously with some big eye-opener track names like Cops, Stowe, and a few others as well. So it's going to be very, very exciting. The question is, who is going to be able to hold on to the pressure? That's going to be the biggest thing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, I do apologise for the situation with the tech issues. Hopefully we'll get that resolved for next week. Remember, tomorrow night, Division 4, you will be joined, as I did say, with Lamb and Dirt in the comms box, and also the team principal of VCAB for his another team of the week. Will be interesting to see what he's got to say in the interview. And then we're then up with Division 5 on Tuesday, and then Division 3 on Wednesday as well, and then back to the reserve program on Thursday for Zandvoort. And then it's only one more race for the reserve program before we finish it. NA finished today. Congratulations to Murky Don. A massive, fantastic championship win for him. That is 2 on the bounce that he has won. He won last season, he won this season. And Haas, a massive congratulations to them for winning the Constructors in Division 1. And Division 2 today, it went to the wire between 3 teams, but Harold has been absolutely fantastic all season. He took out the win for Aston Martin for the championship in Division 2, and also got the double with Aston Martin for the Constructors as well. So congratulations to them. NA has now finished, so that will not be going on live next week or the week after. They're now revamping. They're now getting on board, getting on to season 7, as it's having a whole new revamp. So look forward to that and get amongst it. If you are a European driver that you have tuned in, or American driver, and you want a league to get involved in, then feel free and jump on board with the Discord, which I'll flick you now. Discord, there you go. Jump on board that, and we'll get you in for the new F1 26 season with the DLC for Season 7 in A. But we're still with OCE tomorrow night, Division 4. Do not want to miss it. Thank you very much, Maz, as always, for jumping into the comments box for your support.
Yep, no worries. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, mate. Anytime. And as I always do, I'll leave you a quote, as I always do, before we finish it up. Like I said, it was 11 points. It's now 4 points. Who is the pressure on, Toast or Lamb? Toast doesn't make mistakes. Lamb does. We'll find out in Zandvoort. Have a good week. Good night.